everyone. Welcome to the Chicago Club Travel Show. I'm Dorothy Pacella, your host for today's show. And we have a very exciting show because guess what? Today is the first Chicago Club bus, a real bus to a real destination. And we're so excited. Everybody's gathering. But I can't wait to introduce you to someone that we all know and love, Bill Hoffman Hoffy. He's taking us on the bus. We're really going on the bus today. We're all so excited. Bill.
Okay, I'm so excited about it. It's been a year and a half since the Chicago Club's gone on a trip. We really enjoy doing the travel shows. We went to all these fun destinations. Thank you for watching, but now we're doing a real tour and we're gonna film the tour so you get a flavor of where we're going. This tour I'm really excited about. We're going up Coast Highway and we're gonna go to the Long Beach Aquarium. It's a beautiful aquarium, fish, exotic sea life from all over the world. Then we're going across the new Gerald Thomas Bridge, 515 feet with a span. We're going over the Vincent Thomas Bridge. We're having a wonderful picnic at Point Furman Lighthouse with an 1874 lighthouse, for heaven's sakes. Beautiful. And then we're going to go to Port of LA for a 45-minute boat tour. So I can't think of a more exciting way to start. The Chicago Club is on the road again, baby.
Yay, we're so excited. Let's go see and talk to some of our travelers because they're the most excited at all. And I promised them they get to be on the show now. And all day, our travelers are live now with Chicago Club Travel Show. So we're actually filming our show and we would love to know what you think about going on our first trip again.
It's the greatest. I once wanted to do this for a long time.
That's great.
So I'm ready.
Lillian, how do you feel?
I love
we do need to.
really are.
That's great.
The trips are great. There's always something to see, and the people are great here.
The entertainment's good too.
Oh
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Jean, what do you think of our trips? Are you glad to be
Oh,
back?
yes, absolutely. Am I glad to be back? And the trips are great. They're wonderful. And I love the Hoffy tours because he's so informative and knowledgeable and funny. So he's entertaining.
Great. As I like to tell people, it's not just the destination, it's the journey.
That's right.
Okay? And Hoffy makes the journey the best.
Yes.
So that's great.
He is the best.
Marie, what do you think about being back on the bus?
Oh, I think it's wonderful. I really wanted another Chicago Huffy tour.
Good. Well, we've got plenty planned for you now because we're back on the road.
That's right.
So we're very excited. Margaret, are you excited?
Oh, more than excited, and to be with you and Hoffy makes it even more special.
And you're all my stars today. You are all the stars of the TV show. Yeah, we're going to do the destinations. Oh, I see a reluctant star. So you know what? I'm going to make you. Okay, Wanda, you're on. Go.
I'm ecstatic. This is going to be so fun. After all this time, we need this. And the fish have been waiting for us at the aquarium.
I hope you all brought your fish food for the aquarium.
And to see the bridges.
I know.
I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, and the harbor cruise with the big
Yes.
vessels. It's really great. Okay, everybody, we're getting ready to get on board.
The Chicago
so let's go.
Club is on the road. Yes, it's been a long time. We have a very exciting itinerary today. This is my partner, Dave. Say hi, Dave. Hi, Dave. Dave and I went to college together. We are anteaters. We went to UC Irvine. We both picked the most worthless major of all, social science. You can't do anything with it, but it was a lot of fun. We took a lot of great classes. So today's a really exciting itinerary. We're going to go up the Coast Highway. We're going to go through Huntington Beach. We're going to look at the birds at Bolsa Chica. We're going to go through Long Beach, and we're going to see something amazing. 32 container ships are waiting in the ocean to offload their cargo. You've heard about this. That's why you need to do your holiday shopping now, because apparently there's going to be a lot of bottlenecks. But it's so exciting to go up the coast and see these huge container ships. Then we're going to go to the Long Beach Aquarium. It's a beautiful aquarium. You'll have 2 hours to commune with the fishes. And the jellyfish exhibit, there's so many wonderful exhibits. You'll really enjoy that. Then we have something pretty exciting. We're going north over the new Gerald Thomas Bridge. This bridge cost, I'm not sure what the final price tag, I'm sure it was over $1 billion. It is 515 feet tall. It is not a suspension bridge, it's a stayed cable bridge. The cables are attached to the bottom of the bridge. It's super dramatic. Then we go to Terminal Island, and then we go over the beautiful Vincent Thomas Bridge, which is like a junior Golden Gate Bridge, except it's green. It's a beautiful bridge. And then we're going to have a picnic. Yeah, we're going to have a picnic in the beautiful Point Furman Lighthouse. There's a lighthouse there from 1874, so you can explore it. So, and we have tablecloths. It's really going to be a classy affair. We have beautiful silverware, not really, but it's going to be pretty wonderful. And then we're going to dip down to the Port of LA and have a 45-minute tour of the Port of Los Angeles. We're going to get up close and personal to the container ships. So that boat is called the Harbor Breeze. So this is the Long Beach Aquarium, the Bridges Tour, and the Port of LA. I think it's an exciting tour. When we go over the bridges, I think you'll want to have your camera out because it's amazing how many containers are just sitting there. I don't know if they have stuff in them or not, but it's pretty dramatic. Now, Dorothy and Carmen are filming today's trip. It's going to be on the Laguna Woods Channel 6. You know, there's 1 million viewers. Well, not quite. Perhaps hundreds of thousands. But anyway, we also, it's the policy of the bus company that we do wear masks inside, except when you're having a snack or drinking water. And then, of course, when you're out of the coach, masks are not required. I don't believe that they're required in the Long Beach Aquarium. And they're certainly not required when we're on the boat. But they're not that big a hassle, so let's all be good sports about that. We're going to be passing out snacks. I'm so excited to be doing a tour again. I'm sorry. Thank you very much. So here's your silly Hoffy packet. Have you got your packets? And you have some thought provokers, and of course I have fabulous prizes. And the most fabulous prize is the new V-neck Hoffy Tours t-shirt. Check it out, the new Hoffy Tours, every woman wants one. Pretty nice. If it's too big, you can use it as a pajama or night shirt. It's actually not that big. Also, I have the fabulous Larry light. It's a Chicago Club tradition. There's the fabulous Larry light. Awesome. So there you go. So the first competition is the Sea Life quiz. Do you see it there? Okay, yeah, Dave has extra packets. And then on the way home, did you see the quiz that says animal groupings? That is the quiz on the way home. So I'm just happy to be here. I love the Chicago Club. This is our 32nd tour that we've done with the Chicago Club. And we've never gotten lost. There's always a first time, but anyway. So I also want to thank Carmen and Dorothy for all the hard work they've done. Carmen did the filming on the Chicago Club travel shows, and he did a beautiful job. And of course, our TV personality, Dorothy Pasella, has done a fantastic job. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So thank you, guys. Are there any questions about the tour? Okay, and finally, Dave will be passing out some snacks, and we will have a nice picnic lunch today. Does anybody else need a packet? Okay.
Well, we've just had a great ride up Coast Highway, all the way from Newport Beach all the way here to Long Beach. And we saw every town along the way, and it was just a great, great trip on the coast. But now, here we are at our first destination. And we're at the Long Beach Aquarium. And you can see all of our guests and travelers are unloading the bus now. So we have all 45 of us are going to be getting off the bus, and they'll be taking us into the aquarium. So stay tuned. Our next time will be inside the aquarium. We're here. We made it. Our first stop.
Aquarium. There's upstairs and downstairs, and let's call Dave as the man. So everybody good?
They are beautiful. Here it comes.
So these are eagle rays?
These are eagle rays.
Are they small or
Are they what?
are they small
Small.
or are they larger ones than that?
These came to us much smaller, but
Smaller.
they've grown a lot. They will get larger. But these are considered large, and their wingspan is like 5 or 6 feet.
Have you seen them?
I personally don't, but as they get fed, all our animals are fed restaurant quality food. Really better than you and I get. All that is environmentally sustainability, we don't impact the environment at all. But they're fed many times a day, they're never hungry.
How many are in this tank?
There are 2 eagle rays, a mangrove ray, and a shark currently. This is a holding tank. It's really for the hospital. When we get new animals in, they have to quarantine them. They put them here. Sometimes they bring them out, like earlier in COVID. They brought the eagle rays out that used to be in tropical. They were much smaller when they went in there. And here they've been for quite a while, just so people could see them because
Right.
we weren't allowed to go indoors. Now we can go back, but they let them out. This is a nice attraction here.
And where do they come from? So these are holding tanks.
Well, when we get things in from other institutions, we put on our displays and keep them in here for people. But they've been in much longer. And I think my book should have, there it is. There they are giving blood. Isn't that something? And so they have programs where companies actually take them out of the ocean with water and take the blood and then put them back so we don't have
So
a
they're
situation.
donating their blood.
Right. They're donating blood like you and I do.
Yeah.
It's the Red Cross.
Only it's the Blue Cross. Yeah.
That's great.
Isn't that
thank
nice?
you.
What is the lifelong? How long do these?
Oh, I'm not sure. What do you think? They live a long time
Long
because
time?
their species is very old. Hold on, let me get to the front of my book. Here. It says they can live as long as 20 years.
Wow.
Not as long as I thought.
That's great. That's great.
Thank you.
These rays are all nocturnal because they like to let their food and eat food awake at night and then take a nice nap during the hottest hours of the day like it is right now.
Oh, hi! Look at him! Jamie!
Wow, that's a big one.
So rays have a really cool adaptation that allows them to put their whole face on the ground and still be able to breathe really well. And that's what we like to call a spherical. Do you see those holes behind the little rays' heads, kind of right behind their eye, and it almost looks like an ear? That's actually how they breathe. They'll pull in nice clean water from the top of their heads and then pull it down over their gills, which are on their bellies, so they don't get any sand in their gills when they're trying to breathe.
Here we are at the end of our wonderful morning at Long Beach Aquarium. We've had such a good time, and there's so many great exhibits. Why don't we go talk to some of our travelers today and see what was their favorite? Let's go. Now, I'd love to hear, did you like the aquarium? What did you like about it? What was your favorite? Okay. What about you, Mrs. Ware?
I really like the West Coast sea. West Coast sea is long and stringy and what do you think? I love it.
Those are great.
And the volunteers were quite lovely and were informative. They were very helpful.
Yes, very knowledgeable. Yeah. I wanted you to know more than when you came in. What was your favorite?
The sharks, the touching, the fish that were outside.
Oh, that's great. Is this your first time here?
Oh no, I've been
Here a lot. So, were there new things, even though it was your second time here?
a lot of things to learn. They had a lot of videos on how to save the planet and the water. So I really enjoyed it.
And he was playing with a rubber ball.
I saw that in there.
So cool. It was so cool. It was really scary. I love it. So how did you do? Did you like your visit? Was it good?
Now we're getting back to it again with the
Oh, good. So there's new things.
Oh, well, yes.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh. So what was your favorite this time?
No favorite.
You liked it all. Jean, what was your favorite? Oh, yes.
California, and the bioluminescent.
Oh, you paid attention. Luminescent.
Luminescent.
That was a good word. That's a big word for us. We're seniors. That was good. What was your favorite?
I would come back again.
Great. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot of new things next time, and that's how they keep doing it, because the ocean keeps changing. So it's good. What was your favorite?
I thought the colorful starfish and so many colors that I have not seen.
And so many species, a variety of jellyfish. The jellyfish. They were special.
Wonderful.
Have you been here before?
No, I've never been. This is my first time.
Great.
Really, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Great, great. Well, I know you'll come back. Glad you enjoyed it. We'll go catch some more people here. I'm coming after you, ladies. So what do you think?
No. And I missed my leafy sea dragons. I didn't quite find them again. But I did find, we found two tree frogs or tree toads. Yeah, the little wine ones. Oh my God, they're so tiny.
Can't you have all the living creatures?
No. Yeah, the frogs. Yeah. Just all the colors of the tropics. Oh my gosh. Phosphorescent colors.
I know. What amazing. It's like that under the sea where there's no light.
I know. Think about what we're missing because we don't live down there.
Okay. We'll pass. We'll pass.
So here we go over the Gerald Desmond Bridge again. It was completed in 2020. It took $1.4 billion to build it. The two towers are what hold the bridge in place with the stayed cables. As I said before, it replaced the old bridge, and the two spans are 550 feet above the water. So it's considered an engineering marvel. It's the largest stayed cable bridge in the world, and it's very elegant, isn't it? It looks kind of light. It doesn't look bulky at all. And as I said before, they opened it up last year. The design company is Arab. There's also a beautiful bridge in France designed by Norman Foster. You should look that up. It's called the Viaduct, and it's another beautiful bridge, but I think this is fantastic. The first name was the Long Beach International Gateway, but they decided to change the name. And once again, here are the cables. They do the heavy lifting of this bridge, and I think we're grateful.
And the containers. Now, many of you have heard me talk about, perhaps, that I spent my entire career in retail corporate management. And much of that was spent in supply chain logistics. So I have a very intimate understanding of this industry very well, and those container ships. Now, what I wanted to share with you was, believe it or not, I've had the experience to be on two of those vessels. The President Lincoln with APLL Logistics, and another one with Maersk Logistics, the biggest ones in the world. So what's very interesting, and people often think, when you look at a container ship, as a layman, you look at it and you see all these containers sitting on the top. What you don't realize is that there's more than that below. And it's 10 stories up and 10 stories down. And on an average, the smallest container ship holds 10,000 containers. 10,000. And first off, it takes approximately 14 days to cross the ocean from Asia, unless they have a fast ship, which is a smaller ship. But generally speaking, it takes 14 days. When it gets here and it's offloaded, it takes at least, I think, 3 days. And you see these cranes sitting on the top, right? Okay. The crane is operated by what they call the pilot. And you'll see that this afternoon on the boat. But they are very, very experienced, and it's a very specialized trade. They only work a 6-hour shift because it's so intense, because they literally reach down into the bowels of this container. This isn't, how hard could this be? It's just taking off the luggage from the top, right? It's going way down. And believe it or not, these pilots, on an average, first off, they're longshoremen, they're union. They make, hold on, $260,000 a year in that job. Okay? But that's how specialized it is. I mean, you don't want to drop one of those containers. Okay? The other thing that's interesting, when I was on the President Lincoln, I was on the bridge. And literally you swear you're with NASA, because all it is technology, screens everywhere. But the most astounding thing was that ship operates with a crew of 11 people. That's it. And so it's really, once they sail, there isn't much to do. They're not serving breakfast to the passengers. So it's really amazing. And I saw the deck and the crew and everything else. It was really amazing to understand it. The other thing that people often ask is, when the containers are offloaded, they go to the shipper, who is the importer. That would have been us, because I was with Disney Stores and I was with Pacific Sunwear. And that container then is offloaded, and we showed you earlier, they're offloaded onto rail cars, for the most part, and then the Alameda Corridor takes it to your distribution centers if they're not in the Los Angeles area. And so you offload it, and then the empty comes back here. And a lot of what you've seen today are the empties. But never fear, they're really not empty. As you know, the United States doesn't export a lot. But what it does export, believe it or not, from California, is produce. And in addition, they load those containers with, of all things, recycling material. They're full of cardboard. They're full of steel. They're full of metal. And they go back to Asia where they're processed. And so the goal is not to go back empty, but to go back with something in it. So you'll see those sitting empty until they get a customer that wants to put something in it. But for the most part, our containers come in, and either they go by rail if your distribution center's back east, or they go here locally by truck. But it is really impressive, and particularly supply chain, when Hoffy talked about, when those ships are sitting out there, it's frightening. Because there's freight that the retailers need and merchandise that we need to put on the selling floor. I mean, it's now September. We're done. I mean, if this stuff isn't in your warehouse by October, you're toast.
It's right down there.
So it becomes very difficult. And believe it or not, you have no control. And as Hoffy said, it's a lot of staffing. The port didn't have, not so much the pilots to offload, but the logistics of the cabs and the trailers and everything that they would put them on. So it's really an interesting impact on the supply chain in terms of what this COVID has done. But it's impressive. And I tell you, when I was on the President Lincoln, I'm standing up in that bridge, and I couldn't believe, I mean, but and I'll tell you also, the thing that amazed me, because I spent my life doing logistics systems as well, then I understood where the data came from, because it's sailing. And really, once it leaves port, it's, they're just going to tell you when I'm getting in. It's the ETA. The other thing that's fun with logistics, and I'll look for, there may be some here. They've now built super containers. So the carriers figured out, well, if we're sailing, we're taking 14 days. Why don't we build something bigger? We can get more freight here same time. So they built these huge super tankers. Evergreen's one of them that has it. They're massive. And I don't know what they hold. It's a ridiculous amount of containers. But the interesting story with logistics was they made these vessels so big, the ports couldn't handle them. They were not deep enough. So they had to dredge all these harbors so they could get these super tankers in. So it was an interesting development which happened when I was doing this, but it was just like, oh my God, now what do we do? And you don't get on the super tanker if you can't get in your port. So anyway, just a little story about how logistics works. But to Hoffy's point, if you're buying it, if you're wearing it, it probably came through here. And it's just how the timing of all this happens. And if I see a super container, I'll holler. But it's really important. But and these guys are big. I mean, you see the Evergreen containers. I've worked with them personally, and they're great, but they're a big company. And Maersk is big, and Hyundai is big. Yes, sir. Yes. You'll see them on the. I'm hoping you see them on the boat, because they're the only ones close enough. All of these that you see up in the air, those are all those cranes. But it's a matter of them offloading. Yeah, I hope we can see some, because it's really amazing, because it's just a claw that comes down and picks them up and puts them up in the air and turns around and puts them on a truck. You would hope so, based on the backlog outside. You would they're moving like crazy. Good point. Okay, anyway, lecture's over. Quiz at 11. Bye.
and then the captain and his wife, the movie star, and the rest are here on Terminal
The two-story pink building here is the San Pedro Municipal Fish Market. This is where local commercial fishermen come and offload their catch. The fresh caught seafood is then sold off to markets and restaurants. The fish market is open 1 day a week to the general public, real early every Saturday morning from 2 a.m. to 7 a.m., which is known as the Saturday morning fish market. Station right on the other side. This is a low security prison. White collar crimes like tax evasion, drug possession, money laundering committed here in Terminal Island. This is an all male prison that can accommodate up to about 1,000 inmates. Coming up here on the right hand side is a little green navigational buoy, and on that buoy is a California sea lion taking its afternoon nap here on the buoy. It might wake up when we drove by, but rough night. People get these guys confused with seals all the time. time, but 99% of what we see here are the sea lions. Some easy ways to tell the difference between a seal and sea lions. Sea lions have little external ear flaps on the side of their heads, kind of like ours. Seals will just have a hole or a slit, of course, connect to that ear canal. Oh, good morning. Everyone barking or roaring, that's a sea lion. Seals are not vocal cords. And the easiest way to know or tell if this is a sea lion is the fact it jumped right up on that buoy from the water. That's the key point. Sea lions can jump up out of the water onto rock stocks, boats, buoys. Seals cannot. And sea lions are mobile out of water. They can get up on all fours and run or gallop on land. Seals inch along the sand or the land like a caterpillar. Males can get up to 850 pounds to masks. These boats are capable of going out to sea for about 5 days at a time. And they can have up to 20 officers on board at any one time.
Yeah. 53s will have a little extension on either side.
I think that other vessel had 20s.
No, they were 40s.
Even though the one that was the short unload?
Yeah.
Going up the coast of the islands?
There they are.
Off to the right here is the Evergreen Container Ship Terminal. As you can see, a lot of activities. Trucks, trailers, stacking containers, containers going on the semi-trucks, some probably going on trains. A lot of activity here. The Port of Los Angeles is the largest and busiest port in the United States. The second largest happens to be the port right next door, which is the Port of Long Beach. The two ports sit side by side and together make up the fifth largest port complex in the world. On average, the two ports see about 8,000 incoming ships each year with up to $250 billion worth of cargo. The cargo is primarily made up of containerized cargo, which you see here on the right, as well as oil. People ask us all the time what comes in these containers. It's pretty much anything you can think of: cars, trucks, furniture, electronics. Even sometimes fresh fruits or vegetables will come in refrigerated containers. The containers are then offloaded off the ship, placed on trucks or trains, or trucks and trains sometimes, and shipped all around the nation. Now, I'm sure some of you guys have seen or know or read articles about the ports being extremely behind schedule and backed up. 50, 60 ships outside the harbor waiting to get into the port. Evergreen here is definitely doing their part. For as long as I can remember, they could only accommodate one ship here. And a few months ago, they got 2 or 3 new cranes delivered by ship. And today is the first day I've seen not 2 ships, but 3 ships here, all being offloaded at the same time. Usually it's only Evergreen ships. I don't know what company the 2 smaller black ships are.
Well, that's our show for today. We hope you had a good trip with us, because we certainly did. Look I'm back at gate 3, and I'm all alone. The bus left. Our travelers are on their way back to their cars so they can rest after the great day we've had all over the Long Beach and LA area. It's been such a good day, and I hope you were able to learn a lot of things about shipping and supply chain and logistics. It's an important time for us. And what you couldn't see on our trip were all of those tankers sitting off the coast of Southern California. That was very unusual right now, and I wanted to stress that again, because that's the impact of the backup at the port. There are over 30 tankers sitting and parked off of Southern California. And normally they don't park. Normally they don't stop. They come in on time and they get unloaded on time. Those tankers, those big vessels, are the impact of really what's happened to us with COVID. And we all heard about what happened at Huntington Beach with the tanker truck and the anchor pulling the pipeline. This is all the impact, and we're just beginning to see what's happening with the supply chain. So needless to say, all of those vessels that are sitting out there, and they sit there, by the way, for over 11 days. 11 days you have to add to your supply chain. And then on top of it, you've probably got another 3 or 4 days to unload. So it's an enormous impact. But again, keep in mind, those vessels never parked this far south on the coastline of Southern California. So anyway, I had a good day, and I really enjoyed the harbor cruise. As you can tell, I'm looking for another vessel. I'm looking for another cruise. So please stay with us and join us. And make sure you come back and see us next month, because we've got another bus trip for you. And we're so excited. We're going to be taking you downtown LA with some of those great sights. And if you want to learn more about our trips, please go to our website, because they're all posted, and we'd be eager to have you join us on some of our future trips. So thanks again for joining us. Thanks to the travelers for being our inaugural trip. It was so great. So in the meantime, take care. Happy travels. See you soon. Bye-bye.